Hello, guys. Welcome to the Cubic Promote podcast. Today, I'm joined by Dr. Amy Lee. She's an accomplished executive with more than 15 years of leadership experience across finance, governance, and entrepreneurship in Asian Pacific region. So, tell me more about you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Amy. It's a pleasure to be on the Cubic Promote podcast. Just a little bit about myself. I am an accountant by trade, a CPA qualified. I'm with CPA for 30 years now, of which 15 years were fellowship. That's the highest rank in the CPA membership. 5 years ago, I kind of converted into an academic. So I got a doctorate in business administration with Geneva Business School over in Switzerland.
Really impressive.
Is that good?
Yeah.
They just got another accreditation in Switzerland. I'm proud to be their alumni. Yeah, so I'm a lecturer now. I'm teaching MBA, senior lecturer.
Amazing. Yes. So when we look back at your early years, is there a clue you would sit one day at an intersection of finance, governance, and entrepreneurship?
CFO as a role is always my goal. Like ever since when I was in Year 10, I want to be a very good accountant. And when I did some research, CFO is always the ultimate side being a partner of a firm, but that's public practice. So my path is mainly in the internal accounting. So you rise up the rank from a management accountant, finance manager, financial controller, director of finance, which I have been. And then CFO is the kind of like the last step when you reach the pinnacle of your career.
Great. Amazing. What's one personal value that's guided you through every role you've taken?
I think is accountability. Yeah. And being an accountant, we are trained to have integrity, accountability, and governance. I think I'm very transparent, very honest. And I think these are the traits that has been with me all along. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. You've been a CFO, a founder, a board member, a lecturer. Which of these roles have shaped you the most and why?
Well, now it's really much about teaching and passing on my knowledge to the next generation or whoever wants my knowledge and my wisdom. I think I'm in my sunset career now. I'm in my 50s and I thought, why don't I leave something behind? And I'm building my legacy. And so this is shaping into why I'm doing what I'm doing, writing books, writing poetry, and just going to that academia, literature kind of arena.
So being a poet, is that your way of being creative?
Yeah, I used to be an artist many years ago, and I used to do sketching.
Yeah.
So now that I become academic, and I have always been a poet ever since, I don't know, when I learned English. And I just found it's like a puzzle, and you don't need to worry about grammar, and I'm terrible at grammar. So writing poem is just my way of distressing and, kind of like give my opinion on this on the world around and the news and current affairs around me. And so I've self-published it on it as well, slowly, but I sold a few. It's called Amy's Journal. Yeah, so check it out, guys. Amy's Journal from the library of Dr. Amy K.W. Lee. Just doing a bit of advert.
Yeah, for sure. So from finance to teaching to advising entrepreneurs, do you see a common thread tying it all together?
Yeah, I think the art of practicing the leadership is very important. We all know how to manage, like managing resources, and we train managers. So that's given. But what makes them different or how do they differentiate themselves in a career is really, really in the leadership. There's many types of leadership. I mean, you can be charismatic, you can be transformative, and of course, the traditional type of leadership. But at the end of the day,
you helped companies to expand to Asia, into Asia.
We got to, what I tell my students is that you got to develop that. And whether you're an entrepreneur, should we be part of the Asia Pacific in C-suite role or going to that role, like, with, alignment with Singapore, Hong Kong, or even China, or even day-to-day life, you got to learn how to make the right decision.
Yeah, totally makes sense. So, industry insights. What's the biggest misconception Australians have about doing business in that region?
I think Australia have a kind of like identity crisis, just the culture. Or should we say, no, we are Pacific. We are the Pacific Oceanic, whereby we align with New Zealand, US, and the UK. So geographically, it's more sensible to align with the Asian countries, just sensible. But politically, we have to align with the US and the UK.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, just sensible, you know. So that's historic. So it's really hard. It's a bit of a...
many entrepreneurs struggle with financial discipline.
I think Australia is going through identity crisis in terms of business, politics, and we are moving towards multiculturalism and diversity and inclusion, which is good, but we got to have better alliance. Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit more of a concept.
Based on geography, will be a wise move. Time zone wise, it makes sense if you work with the Asian country.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So what's one of the blind spots you see again and again?
Trust. You have to build trust. It's really hard to get people to give money to you and let alone have that reassurance that, you know, your money is not going to go into a black hole, like, you know, science, technology. But how do you build that trust? So you've got to show result. But how do you show result when you have no money to show result? So that's the challenge in entrepreneurship or in any, whether the business is already established or not. You have to show your credentials and you need time, obviously. Yeah, you still need to develop that mindset and resources. But at the end of the day, is trust. Yeah.
Totally makes sense.
Not play with AI.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the how, not the...
And with AI and automation changing finance and strategy, what skills do you think future leaders...
You can, if you use it as a tool.
...really need to succeed?
Well, a lot of people are talking about STEM education and all the other acronyms that deal with it. But I don't know. I think, it plays a role, like science, mathematics, technology and engineering all plays a role. It's still technology, but I think you still need that critical thinking. And I think people need to teach the next generation how to use AI, what or the why.
And not rely completely.
So this is no different to invention of a calculator.
Yeah, true.
But except that this one is bigger, broader, and more faster. But it's the same concept.
Yeah.
Really. It's the same concept as the invention of a microwave.
Comparison.
Yeah, it's still technology, right? So the microwave replaced certain meals. But at the end of the day, is to enhance your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And we need to see that.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. We should definitely, get more education on AI and how to use all these tools.
Yeah. And with DBA, there's so much hurdles.
So what's been the toughest professional challenge you faced and how did you pull through it?
Oh, the hardest is doing the DBA and the MBA. The education side to complement your career. I know, So
what a story.
Another story, another podcast. You get to a point when you realize that you need to do more education to go further. I am ambitious, so I do go further. And the way to get me there really is educate. Well, I think for me, it's education. It's rewarding at the end, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I bet it is. So
some people are more street smart than me. I'm a book smart, so I just play my strength. But study is not easy, especially when you working full time, you get home, you're tired, and you still have to bring out a book or you have to write a 20,000, 30,000 word essay. It's not easy. I have my paper being stolen. It's sitting in a university in Kenya at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It has already got some review, and the review all have a common theme is that it's come from so I had to rewrite again, 40,000 words, and you get a lot of challenges. But on the other hand, is that you learn a lot. You have different mindset. Yeah. You have that blue ocean thinking. So yeah.
If I asked your students or clients to describe you in 3 words, what do you think they would say?
They say I'll be authentic. They know I'm passionate in the things that I do, whether it's teaching, accounting, or business in general.
If a young entrepreneur or professionals listening to this,
honesty, integrity is something that they will comment. My book actually, Amy's Journal, it's come from my soul. and that honesty, that authenticity, it's there. And I thought, wow, I didn't expect to see that kind of reflection from people who are reading my journal.
It's a really good feedback, I guess.
Yeah, I just didn't expect them to say, oh, Amy's really, really like heart to heart. So she used her heart really good, because like over time I started using my brain a lot. And I was like a little tin man in the Wizard of Oz. But now I think I've learned to have a heart. So I'm using my heart in my business.
Yeah, amazing. Amazing. So let me think. And once to follow a path, like one piece of advice you would give them?
Balance. I think I'll give them a word, which is rather than a sentence, is balance. Keep everything, the chaos that will inflict on you, in balance. The yin and the yang is so true. The Zen thinking is very, very applicable, especially when you're in the middle of a chaos. That in itself, in such a volatile world that we are in, we have to anchor something. Think about that. We have to anchor ourselves so that we're not swept away from all the chaos around us. And the best way to do that is to keep a balance in everything, in life, in perspective, in power, and the way you make a decision. What's the advantages, what's the disadvantages? Many years when I was the president of the Hong Kong Australian Business Association, Charles has been a long-time supporter of our organization, and they are doing a great job at printing my books at the moment.
Amazing.
So what happened is I want a hard copy and no such printer. And it's a good one too, very good one. They have been very supportive. I know nothing about publishing. I know nothing about printing. And that's how I met him. And he does all the merchandising for us. And we are grateful for his support and his patronage. And Charles, as a businessman and as a friend, I learned a lot from him. And he has a very unique perspective in business, and a self-made, successful man, a businessman, and something that I still need to learn from him. So he has been great and he's very supportive. And then I just nipped from the Amazon book, and then I said, this is what it looks like. And then they did their magic. So it's been fantastic. Going back to my Amy's journal, he introduced me to a printer. Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, and they loved it. They loved it.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's very resourceful.
Yeah, very good. So what exactly do you print with?
I print my hard copy of my book.
What's the most thoughtful brand gift you ever received, and one that really stuck with you?
Available in Australia. And I asked Charles, and I said to Charles, do you know any printer? And he did, I got you one. When I left HSBC, and they have been the backbone.
Really great. And what kind of merchandise are you doing with Cubic Promote?
I just got the cap. I just ordered some caps from them very quick. It was very nice. I got it as a gift from one of my friends who also wrote a book and a podcast. I'm a promoter here too. It's called Epic Execution by David Keeney. And I got him an orange cap with a rocket. And your designing team has been fantastic because it was a surprise gift. Yeah, I really appreciate that. So always Tiffany from then on has always stuck in my heart. Yeah. So I don't have the artwork other than a PowerPoint. Maybe Christmas present.
Yeah, Christmas.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for being with me and answering all my questions.
Yeah.
This was Dr. Amy Lee, and we're coming to the end of the podcast. And thank you for listening, guys. So I have one extra question for you.
Oh, okay. Brand gift. It will be my Tiffany keyring when I left my graduate job at HSBC. It was many years ago, almost like 30 years ago. I know it's a long time, but Tiffany just arrived from New York and they were Tivoli Tower. No one knew that brand except the Asian, of course. The team knew that I love Tiffany because I've been going to Tiffany. And they bought me a keyring with a little plate. And the plate saying that if you found these on the street, return back to New York and we'll go back to the founder. So it's their way of saying that, Amy, we don't want to let you go. But if you lost, come back to us. So that was very monumental.
Oh, such a nice gift.
Yeah, it's very monumental.
It shows
like
a lot of appreciation. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice gift.
Yeah.
I haven't received a gift like that.
Oh, well, you're not leaving Cubic for a long time, so otherwise I'll hint at Charles.
All right. And
Thank you so much. See you later. Bye.